the American Tobacco Company. The American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, Herbert Tarrington with the genuine cork tip presents the winners of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Award. Danny Thomas, Gene Hagen as his wife, with Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children in Make Room for Daddy. Reward yourself. Reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Refresh yourself with freshly lit flavor. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell. Enjoy smooth, gentle mildness. Pell-Mell is never strong, and it tastes freshly lit puff after puff. Here's why. Pell-Mell's greater length of traditionally fine, mellow tobaccos travels the smoke further, filters the smoke, and makes it mild. And you get more than greater length. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell tobaccos are the finest quality money can buy. Blended to a flavor peak, delicious and distinctively Pell-Mell. Enjoy a smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction no other cigarette can offer you. Buy Pell-Mell famous cigarettes in the distinguished red package today. Outstanding. And they are mild. In today's high-speed living, reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell. Yes, reward yourself, refresh yourself. Relax with Pell-Mell's fresh-tasting goodness. So cool, so mild, so fragrant. It tastes freshly lit, puff after puff. Pell-Mell is longer, yes, but you get more than greater length. Pell-Mell tobaccos are the finest quality money can buy. Blended to a flavor peak, delicious and distinctively Pell-Mell. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell's greater length of fine tobacco travels the smoke further, filters the smoke, and makes it mild. This self-filtering action gives you a smoke that's never bitter, always sweet, never strong, always mild. So reward yourself. Get smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction no other cigarette can offer. Smoke Pell-Mell famous cigarettes. Outstanding. And they are mild. And now a word from our alternate sponsor, your dependable Dodge dealer.
You gotta drive it to believe it. The Dodge 455. You won't believe it till you drive it. The Dodge 455. With power flight,
Power brake,
and power steering. Dodge is on everyone's lips. So take command, get the thrill firsthand.
The
future's at your fingertips. You gotta drive it to believe it. That go style, flow style, flare style, 55 Dodge. Flare fashion with its swept back windshield.
Dodge flashes ahead in style. And with
Power flight, automatic driving, Dodge flashes ahead every mile. You gotta drive it to believe it. That go style, flow style, flare style, 55 Dodge.
That's all for tonight, folks. Our show was brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, and Herbert Tarrington with the genuine cork tip. We'll be back next week for your dependable Dodge dealer. Good night.
By your dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer and Pell-Mell famous cigarettes, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. And now for the Television Academy Award-winning show. The dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer in your neighborhood, the man to see for that elegant new 54 Dodge, presents Danny Thomas.
and Gene Hagen as his wife. And Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children. Make room for Daddy.
Hi there, I'm Bert Parks. You know, I've been a Dodge owner for some time now, and nothing makes me happier than telling people about the new Dodge. I'm mighty proud of this car, and you want to know why? Well, I like a big car, substantial and solid, with a powerful V8 engine to match. Come on, let me show you what I mean. Climb in, we'll take it for a spin. You all set? Here we go. Just slip it in drive, nudge the accelerator, and watch her take off, just as smooth as silk. That's a sensational new Dodge fully automatic Power Flight, the smoothest automatic transmission on the road. Now let's get out on the highway, and I'll show you what performance really is. There, you see how we straighten out that hill? That's the powerful Dodge Red Ram V8 engine, most efficient engine in America. But the surprising thing about this Dodge car is its low price. You know, a lot of folks have the idea that all this big car comfort, big car power, and performance is out of range of their pocketbooks. But you see that billboard? That's what I mean. This big new 54 Dodge V8 four-door sedan is the lowest priced V8 in its field. That's right. The Dodge V8 actually costs less to own than any other big car V8 in America. Yes, the new Dodge is a big car V8 that gives you all the advantages of power and size of cars costing hundreds of dollars more. It's a fine car V8 that no other car near the Dodge price class can match in comfort or luxury, and in naturally beautiful, long, low lines. But discover this for yourself. See your nearby Dodge dealer for a road test ride in the greatest buy of them all, the great new Dodge. And remember, it's the lowest priced V8 in its field.
And now a word from our alternate sponsor, Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes.
Friends, for those pleasant moments in the day when it's time to relax, take it easy. Reward yourself. Reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell, with its extra measure of enjoyment that no other cigarette can offer. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell tobaccos are the finest quality money can buy. Pell-Mells are made longer to filter the smoke further, to make it sweeter and cooler for you. That's why Pell-Mell gives you a smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction that no other cigarette can offer. And it is also why Pell-Mell, through your appreciation of quality, has become America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. So reward yourself. Light up a Pell-Mell, the finest quality money can buy. Quality you can see, quality you can taste. Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes, outstanding. And they are mild.
Well, it's time to say goodnight, folks.
We'll be back next week for Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes.
You bet. Meanwhile, for a really smooth ride and the smoothest car on the road, stop in your nearby Dodge dealer and take a ride in the 54 Dodge.
You'll love it.
Good night.
Presented alternately by Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes and the dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer in your neighborhood. The American Tobacco Company. The American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, Herbert Charrington with the genuine cork tip presents the winners of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Award. Danny Thomas. Gene Hagen as his wife, with Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children, in Make Room for Daddy.
Friends, for those moments of relaxation, reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell, the finest quality money can buy. Compare Pell-Mell with any short cigarette. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell's greater length of traditionally fine tobaccos filters the smoke further, filters the smoke, and makes it mild. Compare Pell-Mell with any long cigarette. Pell-Mell is made better, packed better for cooler, sweeter smoking. And Pell-Mell's richly flavorful tobacco is the finest quality money can buy. Your appreciation of Pell-Mell quality has made it America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. So reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Enjoy a smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction no other cigarette of any length can offer you. Pell-Mell famous cigarettes, outstanding, and they are mild.
I'll tell you a story you'll never forget. A story about you and your cigarette. Enjoy smoother smoking, choose wisely, choose well. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell. Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell. No finer tobacco has ever been grown. So get yourself Pell-Mell and make it your own. Reward yourself with this quality high, the finest quality money can buy. Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell.
Your appreciation of quality has made Pell-Mell America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. Reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Ask for Pell-Mell famous cigarettes, outstanding, and they are mild.
And now a word from our alternate sponsor, your dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer.
You know something? My daddy's got a fishing camp, and someday he's going to take me there in his brand new Dodge.
What could be more wonderful than that promised fishing trip in that big new Dodge? As eager young eyes watch, Dad guides his Dodge around a turn, easily, with Dodge full-time power steering. Smoothly, with a velvet surge of PowerFlight automatic transmission. The road is a road of enchantment. The ride, safe, substantial. Well, the miles will slip by pleasantly, and at the end of the road, a man or boy feels at peace with the world. A Dodge is built to make dreams come true, with fleet-flowing natural lines that promise adventure. Won't you make the new 54 Dodge a part of your family?
Well, folks, before saying goodnight, I'd like to remind you that the program tonight was brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, and Herbert Territon with the genuine cork tip. We'll be looking for you next week when we'll be back for the dependable Dodge dealer in your neighborhood. Good night.
Daddy is presented alternately by your dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer and Pell-Mell famous cigarettes, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. The Sciences Award, Danny Thomas. Gene Hagen as his wife, with Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children, in Make Room for Daddy. The American Tobacco Company.
$80 American.
the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, Herbert Carrington with the genuine cork tip presents the winners of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Award. Danny Thomas, Gene Hagen as his wife, with Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children, in Make Room for Daddy.
I'll tell you a story you'll never forget. A story about you and your cigarette. Enjoy smoother smoking, choose wisely, choose well. Smoke longer and finer and milder. Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell. Smoke longer and finer and milder. Pell-Mell. No finer tobacco has ever been grown. So get yourself Pell-Mell and make it your own. Reward yourself with this quality high, the finest quality money can buy. Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell. Smoke longer and finer and milder. Pell-Mell.
Your appreciation of Pell-Mell quality has made it America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. Pell-Mell's greater length of traditionally fine, mellow tobaccos travels the smoke further, filters the smoke, and makes it mild. Buy Pell-Mell famous cigarettes in the distinguished red package. Outstanding. And they are mild. Reward yourself. Reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell tobaccos are the finest quality money can buy. And look how Pell-Mell's greater length travels the smoke further, filters the smoke naturally and makes it mild. In fact, your appreciation of Pell-Mell quality has made it America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. It's your cigarette. Fine tobacco blended to a flavor peak, distinctively Pell-Mell. So reward yourself with a smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction no other cigarette can offer you. Choose well. Smoke Pell-Mell. Get fresh, new smoking satisfaction. Buy Pell-Mell famous cigarettes. Outstanding. And they are mild.
And now a word from our alternate sponsor, your dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer.
Hello, I'm Rex Marshall, and what I'm about to show you right now is going to change your ideas about motor cars for a long time to come. Are you ready? Well, here it is. The brilliant new Dodge for 55, flashing ahead with the flair of the future. See how low it is, and how long. A full foot longer than last year's car. And just take a look at that low aircraft-styled hood. The new Horizon windshield that encircles you in a glass cockpit, and the proud sweep of flaring rear deck with dramatic twin-jet taillights that capture the feeling of flight. Inside, too, this new Dodge is flare-fashioned with the magic of flight control that puts the future at your fingertips. Yes, this is Dodge for 55, flashing ahead in style, in beauty, and in performance. Isn't that some car, though?
That's all for tonight, folks. Our show was brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Lucky Strike, Pell-Mell, and Herbert Carrington with the genuine cork tip. We'll be back next week for your dependable Dodge dealer. Good night.
Daddy is presented alternately by your dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer and Pell-Mell famous cigarettes, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
It's Dodge for 55. Flashing ahead in style, in value, in performance. Yes, it's the Flair Fashion Dodge for 55. Bringing you the winners of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Award.
wife, and Sherry Jackson and Rusty Hamer as their children. Make room for Daddy!
Isn't this a beautiful car? I just drove it back from Detroit, and while I was there, I went through the Dodge plant. And I want to tell you, I talked with the big people, and not the president or the vice president of the brass, but the really big people, the people who build the Dodge car, Mr. and Mrs. Johnny Q. Public. As I was going through the plant, I mean, the enthusiasm was just, it caught on like wildfire. They were waving and yelling to me, and I yelling back to them like a bunch of high school kids at a championship football game. And honestly, I share their enthusiasm because we all feel we've got the finest car built.
Hello, I'm Rex Marshall, and I'm here to tell you about the car of 100 surprises, the flare-fashioned Dodge for 1955. Now, your first surprise is the sheer size of this new Dodge. It's lower, wider, and a full foot longer. Every inch is flare-fashioned. You can see it in the bold forward thrust of its hood, the new Horizon sweep-around windshield that encircles you in a glass cockpit, the proud flare of its rear deck with dramatic twin-jet taillights that capture the feeling of flight. And then, when you get behind the wheel of this 55 Dodge, you step right into the world of tomorrow with the magic of flight control that puts the future at your fingertips. Yes, this is the flare-fashioned Dodge for 1955, the car of 100 surprises. So make sure you get down to your Dodge dealers this weekend, won't you? Believe me, it's some car.
And now a word from our alternate sponsor, Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes.
Here's a suggestion you shouldn't forget. When you choose the right girl, choose the right cigarette. For those moments of pleasure when dancing's been swell, relax and enjoy yourself. Light a Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell, Pell-Mell. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pell-Mell.
Pell-Mell is longer, yes, but greater length is only half the story. Fine tobacco is its own best filter, and Pell-Mell tobaccos are the finest quality money can buy. And look how Pell-Mell's greater length travels the smoke further, filters the smoke naturally and makes it mild. In fact, your appreciation of Pell-Mell quality has made it America's most successful and most imitated cigarette. Choose well. Smoke Pell-Mell. Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes, outstanding. And they are mild.
Folks, we'll be back next week for Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes. Tonight's show is brought to you by your dependable Dodge dealer.
Oh, remember to watch Bert Parks in Break the Bank on the same network. Check your newspaper for time and station.
Remember, too, that Dodge has done it for 55.
Good night.
Alternately by Pell-Mell Famous Cigarettes and the dependable Dodge Plymouth dealer in your neighborhood.